myth of the creation of the kings and queens of Great Britain. Go and look at the myth of the creation of any of the ruling royalty families in Europe, Merovingians. If you go all the way back to their creation myth, they have at their core, and the Queen of England acknowledges it, that they come from the union of two men, one of whom is a sea monster. And so it's, it goes all the way back to the Nummo myth as well. They are claiming to be the descendants of the birth of the Ancestor 1 and Ancestor 2. The failure that was experiment number 2. Quasi-failure. Let me put it that way, quasi-failure. Because here's what also occurred. So the 8 ancestors come back to the planet. They give birth, 1 and 2, produces the Queen of England and all of her ilk. All of those guys are just terrible fellows, and we're still dealing with the bastards. Have a particular viewpoint that the rest of us don't have, and it comes from that particular mating. Now, after that child was born, the other ancestors went on and created what the Nummo had planned for experiment number 2, was that they appropriately mated and created the multiple races of humans. That's why we have all of the races we do, is because there was this pairing that was going to occur in each of the levels that would create the genetic base from which the experiment number 2, the Nummo's grand experiment that would restore their place in universe, so to speak, because see, they really got thunked on the heads for screwing over the planet and the experiment 1 and destroying the Earth and not getting their stuff together here in terms of when they organized their lab work. Their notes weren't in order, and so they didn't get any street cred for this. And the other beings in the universe that are also immortal are a little ticked at them, and so they're trying to fix this. And so, to a certain extent, it was quasi-repaired. Now, there's a lot of history that goes between then and now, but we are basically, all of us that are here today, no matter what race you are, we are the descendants of the original 8 ancestors. And this will be brought out in the movie Prometheus, which brings us back to the space aliens and the whole Prometheus movie, and the ultimate archetype of the return. Now, see, there's a couple of other bits and pieces of the Nummo myth that surface here and there. The Nummo were very upset about their spaceship being stolen, and they came back to our area. They may have come back more than once, but there's evidence that they came back at least once. There's also some evidence that they were driven away when they came back, or left voluntarily because they saw that the remnant of Experiment 2 had some small chance of succeeding. We are that remnant. We are on our way to evolving back towards the level of immortality that the Nummo had originally designed that we should have. This is not immortality as you may understand it. It's something we'll have to discuss in the future. But it is immortality nonetheless. And the Nummo would not put that at risk, and so they may have withdrawn. But at the time that they withdrew, after this basically arriving back here for to either clean us up or start experiment 3, we don't know what, when they arrived, during that period of time, there was a confrontation, but it may not have been between us and the Nummo. It may have been between the descendants of the Experiment 1 and 2, the descendants of the sea monster, the Queen of England and her ilk, and the Nummo, because they actually do represent a threat to the Nummo, where we do not. This is why we have this division within the species at this psychic level. This is why we have this division at a trauma-induced level. And this is why the powers that be continually use the trauma and the symbology, etc., to destroy our general mindset so that they can rule us all. And it was all set up way back when. And then, of course, as clean and nice and straightforward as that story is, it is not anywhere near that simple. The level of complexity involved in this will stagger us all as it comes out. And apparently it is. The Prometheus movie, I think, is the first of the powers that be getting real serious about letting this stuff out because it's coming out anyway. You've got all these nasty little researchers like David Icke and his ilk out there poking in the powers that be secrets, and they don't like it because these people, once they find a secret, why, they go and they blab it all to everybody else. They can't be kept quiet, and it's caused a real series of issues for the descendants of the inappropriate mating of ancestor 1 and 2, the descendants of the Merovingian line of humanity. Now, are these the Aryans? Are these the crypto terrestrials? All of that kind of stuff. That's levels of labels and details that I don't think really matter, because what I think is occurring, and this is the point of this whole thing today, is this whole Wujo talk, is that I think that the movie Prometheus is the beginning of a wide meme that we had seen in the data probably 4, maybe 5 years back without any level of understanding of it, and that I've become more understanding of as we've gotten through it these past couple of years. And that meme we've labeled as the archetype of, quotes, the return, end quote. And I think that at this point I have a tentative conclusion. I'm dull-witted and a slow learner, so it takes me a long time to make up my mind. And so I'll be noodling on this and gnawing on it for who knows how long before I actually say, okay, I'm definitively sure that this is the case. But at the moment, I tentatively think that movies like Prometheus are going to be a huge attempt to demonize the Nommo. Now, that'll be real easy because the Nommo are ugly. They're compassionate. They're really good guys. We know they're really good guys because of some stories within Otomele's rituals, and because of some stories about how they saved us all, and some of the stories that the Salish people have up here about the Nommo. But for instance, the Otomele stories, the Nommo are coming around, and see, they came back and they talked to humans. They talked to the descendants of Ancestor 1 and Ancestor 8, who are the people that we call Africans, okay, black, dark skin, heavy melanin concentrations. That was the ancestors of 1 and 8. See, they did their duty. The 8 ancestors did their duty after the Birth for Love issue. And they produced all of us. And we know that this is the case because when the Nommo came back at some point in a peaceful manner and talked to Otomele, they told him all the history. Not him personally, but his ancestors. They told them the whole history. They laid it out for him. And the humans, of course, space aliens arrive. We think they're gods, all of this. Well, look at this. The Nommo are so righteous in their own sense of self that they decried that they were gods. They told the people, we are not gods. We are your creators, but there's a difference. And they also said, they did acts, they reinforced this with acts that you find it casually described throughout all of the myths, and especially in the discussions that Otomele gives about how, for instance, the humans, the Otomeles, or the Nommo, because they are fish, they're aquatic, they spend most of their time in water, they have skin that dries out, they become very uncomfortable in the sun, and they can't walk well. So they have these little, let's just call them air skis, the way we have water skis, okay? And so when they get out into the land area, they can't really walk on it, so they hop on one of these little air skis that scoots around on these little things, the rockets. Well, the exhaust from the air skis in a hot vegetative environment was frequently setting the place on fire and destroying the crops of the people that the Otomele were, or that the Nommo were interacting with, Otomele's ancestors. And so the Nommo were so distressed by this that they altered their vehicles and put these iron shoes on there, as the people of Africa described them, to protect the people of Africa's crops when the Nommo came to visit. Well, this is a cool thing, you're coming in to visit, you don't want to destroy somebody's garden just because you got a hot foot, so to speak. And so you alter your foot. Well, get this. The humans, still thinking that the Nommo are really godlike beings, they like to emulate the Nommo whenever they can, and we're not very educated, hardly schooled even, and so this is understandable. And the Nommo are shocked to discover that the shaman and the ritualists of all the tribes, whose job it is to, they think, to emulate the Nommo, have taken to wearing big, heavy iron shoes. We're talking giant, heavy iron shoes, because they didn't have very much metalworking skills. They were quite crude. And so the Nommo are very, very, very distressed. And so the Nommo call a meeting with the humans, all the shamans, and they say, look, guys, we got something really cool here for you. We're going to tell you that it's not necessary. Please don't do this. No cult of personality here. And if you really want to emulate us, if you just figure you got to, please use leather. Don't wear iron. It's not good for your feet. And so that's why we have the leather on the feet, and there's a particular kind of leather, and there's all this ritual crap around it, and then not just any leather. But you get my point. The Nommo are not pie-threatening bastards from hell the way the movie is going to make them out. apparently. I've seen the one Alien movie, and I've seen part of the other, and they don't have a very good opinion of, or, you know, I mean, their intent is this fear porn. And so I know that in the movie Aliens, the aliens are not the Nummo. The aliens in this new movie are apparently this scrubbing mechanism that was employed to destroy and clean up the planet. You see how they've altered the theme. Instead of the foam coming down and destroying all the radiation and sucking up all the poisons that were put out by the liquid copper engine, here and scrubbing the planet clean. Here the idea is that they're going to scrub the planet clean of bad genetics. And so the movie people have interwoven all of the accurate stuff with a bunch of disinfo. Now my issue is, and the whole point of my taking my time and your time to discuss this, is that I think that this is the part of a very large opening wedge, so to speak, of a very large movement to demonize the Nummo in a very short period of time. And B, raises a question in my mind of, why and why now are the Nummo returning? That would be really interesting, because the Nummo don't use these little gates. The Nummo are so powerful that the people that are slipping through these little time stream things, the little gray bastards that are zipping around and all the other issues, as well as the descendants, the Queen of England and the cult of Rome and all of those bastards that think of themselves as the descendants of the first mating, are going to run into something that we might as well just define as real power, if that is indeed the case, if indeed they are returning. And here's a thing. Way back in like 98, when I first started doing the runs, I kept coming up every time we didn't really have the entities described then. It wasn't really set up that way. But if we were to think of it that way now, in 1998 and into 99, as I moved in and would do the work on what was the powers that be entity, it took various names over time, you know, Bush Co. when it was the powers that be with the corporations, and then the Bushistas when the corporations started leaving the Bush people aside because it was on their way and all of that. But in any event, the powers that be entity at its core has had this thing about fear. And it is not about controlling us through our fear, but it is about something that they are desperately, desperately afraid of.
Two-way. I still don't see him.
One go that way, one go that way.
I still.
Oh my God, it's just right there.
I know, but
you see that?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Look down.
Okay, I see it. Okay, I got it.
Oh my God.
I got it.
Yeah, one more go that way. Oh. Please. Is that you, Paula?
I think so.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one go that way. Oh, one go that way.
I got this one here. You.
Oh, where? Over there.
Where?
Where?
Oh, that was bright.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Whoa, holy shit.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Oh.
Hi. Whoa, man.
Oh my God.
That was crazy.
Oh my God. Oh, you know, go that way and go that way. You know, that two-way. Please come back.
No, I still got him here.
Please,
Whoa, man, that was crazy.
please.